What's up, guys? Welcome back to the podcast. So, sis, I know it's been a while, but I got some exciting news for you. We have officially launched the HER360 Substack, and y'all, I haven't been this excited about a content platform in a very long time. And I feel so much better about where we are and my ability to be consistent and to stay in line with the mission of HER360. So in today's episode, I want to tell you all about it, kind of give you the rundown of how Substack's going to work and how it's going to marry what we do here on the audio podcast with all of our different content pillars so that we can finally get back to business, because I have missed you all greatly, but without having a solid strategy, the perfectionist in me and it wasn't even a perfectionist, it was the strategist in me, just could not get back to this microphone on a consistent basis without having a plan in place. And now I got it. I'm ready to share it with you. And I've been creating for it, and I want you to come along. So let's hop into today's episode, friend.
All the wives and mommies managing life and companies, come and join in on HER360 podcast. Get a life for the party on your own terms, don't be sorry. Come and join in on HER360 podcast.
So we have launched a Substack. Now, if you are not familiar with what Substack is, I want you to think blog, podcast, via audio or video, and newsletter, like all in one place. Okay. Now, Substack is not new. All right. Substack has been around for ages, seems like. At least that's what it feels like from the actual research that I was doing when I started thinking about incorporating this into our content creation strategy. But it's something that I have personally grappled with, because if you think about it, I have a blog, I have a podcast, I have a newsletter, but they all lived in different ecosystems. And I am one of those people that likes to own my online presence as far as my digital media is concerned. So it took a little bit for me to get there, just because I was wrestling with the idea of moving my newsletter from my CRM to a different platform. I was grappling with the idea of taking my content off of my website and placing it on an exterior blog. There was just a lot of internal conflict, and all of it was just because I am change. What's the word I'm looking for? I am change advertent. That's probably not the word, but I don't like to change a whole lot. So the idea of creating another platform, learning how to do it, just seemed overwhelming. But I really took some time at the beginning of the year to sit down and say, okay, what is this? And how can I marry this with what I already do as far as digital content is concerned, so that it doesn't become something that is overwhelmingly more than what I'm already doing, because I am already at a place where I have quite a lot to do, but where I can simplify what I'm doing and get back to being able to create more than I'm administrating and managing a team. And after some research, I realized that, this could really be beneficial. This could be great for the connections, for the audiences that I'm trying to build. It could be great for my consistency, and it could be great for not only my growth, but the growth of my listeners and my viewers. So I was like, you know what? Ain't nothing to it but to do it. Since I've been 40 for the past couple of years, I've really been not reinventing, but refining approaches to things. And, this is one of those things that I'm like, you know what? Screw it. Let's do it. So here we are. So here's why we are launching on Substack. I have forever longed, which is another reason why it has taken so much for me to be consistent here, is that I have ever longed for depth with my podcast listeners. And social is fleeting. Like, it is really hard to connect with you all via social media, like platforms like Instagram and stuff like that. Like, it slows us down because you have to fight the algorithm. You have to fight so many things in order to be seen that really all I want to do is just connect with the people that are listening to the show that can relate to what we're talking about and have something to say about what we're talking about without having to fight through stuff. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm a content creator. I make money from the content that I create, like on Instagram and YouTube and stuff like that. So I will forever do that. But when it comes down to you, like, I wanted to connect. I've always wanted to connect since the inception of this show on May 9th, some years ago. That has always been the goal, to connect. And one of the things, I'll be honest, which is why I've never taught podcasting, was I struggled with how to connect with you all beyond what you were listening to. And I'm like, is anybody listening? Like, are they talking to me? You know, I would get the occasional DM and stuff like that. But to be doing everything else that I was doing and still try to build this community is hard. I'm not a Facebook grouper. We tried that. That didn't work. So I just really wanted a place where I could connect. And what I like about what I've seen from the people that enjoy Substack is that you can create any type of content that you want. Like, I can write. If I just need to write something down and get it to you, I can do that. If I want to get fancy and create a video, I can do that. I can do stuff like this where it's just an audio and I'm talking to you, and I can go live. I can do all of the things that I like to do, but I can do them in one spot and you'll be notified, which is how the whole blog, podcast, newsletter thing kind of marry one another. And in addition to that, we have the ability to chat based off of what we're discussing on the stack, and the community can grow in one spot, and I don't have to send you into 900 different places in order to connect with me. So as I started to visualize how we would use Substack to help us, I'm like, okay, this is simplifying things for us a lot. And I really, really like that. So I was like, all right, that's another pro to why we would do this. So more connection. We've got some ability to chat. We've got some ability to be there without it having to be super flashy, but just to be authentic. One of the things that, you know, to me as a woman in my 40s right now, just give me the meat. I don't need all the extra. Not to say that I'm not going to be extra, but sometimes I just need the meat. It don't have to come with all the flash. So that's the goal. And then finally, I wanted to be able to have growth without hustling, right? With Instagram, even with YouTube in a sense, but I like YouTube way more than I like Instagram. Definitely with Facebook, like, it's a hustle. It is engagement like crazy. It is finding ways to grow. Like, there's so much that you have to think about that I just don't have the capacity to do in this stage of life. Substack allows us to build a community around the idea that we don't have to sacrifice time and what's important to us in order to be successful. My belief system around creating a business and an entity that supports us has always been, we want to do something that supports our lifestyle, not runs our life. So y'all know I'm a business owner, I'm a wife, I'm a mom. I've got 4 kids ranging in age from 21 now down to the youngest will be 7 next month. And all of those things, and myself included, require different things from me. And to think about having to, this is why I'm so inconsistent everywhere else, create in a manner that requires more hustle on top of the other hustle that I already have was just deflating for me. So I haven't been creating consistently anywhere, with the exception of YouTube. Like, we create in series over on YouTube, like summer, fall, winter. With the exception of that, it's been hard to stay consistent just because I got stuff going on, right? And I know that you do too. That's the whole reason why you're here and listening to the show. So I'm excited about the idea where we could grow. Our conversations can go further than just what we do here with the 20 to 30 minute segments that we have, but it doesn't mean we have to sacrifice anything else in order for that to happen. Okay. So those are 3 reasons that really sold me on creating the Substack. So here's how all of this will work. Okay. So weekly, I have a three pieces of content planned for Substack. On Sundays, it'll be getting your mind together for your week. Like, what are some things that you can incorporate into the week that will allow you to function better? Like right now in the season of life that I'm in, it's all about getting moving, incorporating movement into my life, meaning exercise and walks and stuff. And I walk, and this may seem like way more than what some of you might be able or willing to do in this season, but I walk 3 to 5 miles in the morning, first thing before I do anything, just to have mind clarity. I might do AI prompts in the morning while I'm on my walk. I might ask AI for recipes, but whatever that thing is, I want on Sundays in the afternoons, as you're shutting the weekend down, preparing for the week, for you to have something that will allow you to push forward for the week, where you're going to be able to kick all parts of life's ass and do it like a real boss chick and feel good about going into the week versus dreading what the week has to come. On Tuesdays, that's always been our tech time, or it has always been there has always been a Tuesday at noon time block on my calendar where I don't do anything that says live broadcast time. And that time is for us to talk business. It's for us to talk things that we do as far as automation and structuring our websites and making sure our product and service offerings are tight. Tuesdays we'll go live and talk about that over on Substack. That won't start until June 24th? Yep, June 24th at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. And the only reason why we're not going to go live before then is because I'm going on vacation next week. So I don't want to start something that I can't finish. And then on Fridays, we'll do something else, something fun. The whole idea is for HER360 to help you be a really good wife, mom, and boss, and do them all at the same time on your terms. So on Fridays, I start to shut the week down. That's when I start to focus on self-care and family time. And I like to eat. So, fun recipes. Because after the summertime, Tim and I will have the younger girls at home, so date nights won't be able to be outside of the house. Fun things that we could do around the house. I plan to share some of that stuff on Fridays just to kick you into the weekend so that you can have fun. Like right now, we're in the dead middle of track season, so Friday on the stack, you might see something like how to be a sports mom and do that shit without losing your brain. Stuff like that. As you can see, unfiltered, not really a cap on what we're talking about, but generally making sure that we're touching all facets of life. Like I'm smack dab in perimenopause. Hormones are crazy. Mood is crazy. Weight is crazy. Finding professionals that we can talk to help us with all parts of our life will be those Friday conversations mixed in, so you'll have 3 pieces, 3 posts, and then, some notes. The way Substack works is that you can create a post, which is kind of like that blog element of Substack. And that post can be a video, it can be an audio, it can be written, it can be pictures, it can be whatever you want it to be. You can present it how you want. So you'll have 3 of those every week. And then there's what's called notes. And on notes is more like the social media part of it. There, if I do a video, there might be short clips to the video in the notes section. I might do polls in the notes sections. I do want to get to a place where we're traveling, going somewhere with each other once a year. We tried it for Bali, but again, because we weren't consistent in our posting schedule, getting to you all was hard. So we're going to focus over the next 6 months from now to the end of the year, just building community and connection online. And if we decide in, say, October that we have, and this, when I say we, I'm talking about me, you, and everybody else that's listening. If we have decided that, we're ready to take this conversation offline, I've got resources that will help us plan a trip where we can go and do this type of thing in person and explore. And so I'm going to be real honest with you. I'm one of them girls that like to go, but I'm not a travel buff. Like I'm not Let me take that back. I like to travel, but I ain't doing all that adventure. When I go on vacation, I want to sit down somewhere. I want to do yoga. I want to eat well. I want to have a couple of cocktails if I choose to. I want to enjoy the environment. I want to do local stuff like cooking, learn about, but I'm not going climb no hills and stuff like that. So I just want y'all to let y'all know that that ain't the type of trip we planning together. But I do want to get to a place where maybe we can get together and go plan for a few hours while we're there, and then go shop and explore and cook and eat and swim and all that good stuff. So that's how it's going to go. I will be posting, like, our Tuesday conversations may end up on YouTube. We still have the K Club that's in effect, where for those of you that want to know how we're doing all of this and kind of organizing this, like I told my K Club students that, now that we're here for the next however long it takes me to feel confident with where we are on Substack, I'll be taking them behind the veil and saying, okay, this is what worked this week. This is how we're creating for this. This is our system, our process in order to get this done. That goes beyond our Tuesday conversations, and you can only get that in the K Club. The K Club is over on the website. You can go to kwhitaker.com and then look for the group coaching option. It'll tell you all about it there. You can sign up there. But right now, what is most important to me, the biggest thing that I want you to get out of this conversation is I want you to head over to Substack. The link to go to the stack is in the description in the show notes. Head over to Substack, kwhitaker.substack.com, and I want you to hit the subscribe button. Okay? This is where we're going to take this movement of HER360 deeper, where we'll get, eventually I'll open up a chat. Right now, I want to say we're a little over 600 subscribers over there, because some of you all that were on the email list, I automatically subscribed you, and y'all stuck around. Like, I looked at the analytics, and it was over 500 and something of you that watched the video and decided to stick around. Thank you so much. I appreciate you so much. And there are new eyeballs coming to us organically from Substack. Like, I'll show all of that inside of the K Club, but until then, sis, keep building a life that works for you. Like, we're going to systemize this, and we're going to love this all at the same time. Okay, so head over to Substack, check us out, and I will be back with a post that's going to end up in your inbox on a Friday. Let me know what you think. Make sure when you get there that you let me know in the comments of the first note that you came from the show. I love to see who's actually listening, tuning in, and coming over from the actual, wherever it is, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, wherever you're tuning in. All right, that's the show today, friends. I'll see you on the stack. Bye now.